Today we have 21 things I wish I knew before traveling to
Thailand,
Thailand.
yes.
Thailand is really an amazing country
Correct.
in a lot of ways. So, going through the comments, I was at Mark's place last week and we were
Mhm.
saying, okay, what comments are coming in? And then what videos can we do to answer all those questions?
True.
So, a lot of comments coming in to say, when should I visit Thailand? What's the
Mhm.
good months? Do I need travel insurance? What should I expect? What areas are good? So all different people like different things. So Mark's
Mhm.
like trying to help this one couple stay here, and I'm trying to help another, but they have totally different interests and
Mhm.
everything. So let's give it to them, Mark. We are going to be talking about 21 ways, 21 things I wish I knew before coming or visiting
Mhm.
Thailand. Is
All
everything
right.
coming through? Was the sound
Yes, yes.
and check?
Perfect. It's
So number one.
all right. For number one, so when you get into Thailand, consider that Thailand is a tropical country. So you expect that it's there are only two seasons there. We have dry and wet season. So definitely when you get into Thailand, choose what is the best month for you to get there. And I suggest that when you get to Thailand, book your tickets from January to June. And then we have October until December. And because in the months of July, August, it's rainy season and they expect a lot of rain and even flood, just like what happened in the previous years that we experienced a lot of flooding, not only in Bangkok but in other provinces here in Thailand. So make sure that you have to book the right months for your travel, so that it's gonna be more fun and more exciting to be here in Thailand.
Okay, so Mark, that was number one. You said
Mm,
what like days and
mm,
what like
months.
months to come in.
Hmm.
The monsoon season is what, Mark? October to like January.
January, yeah.
Yeah. So that's perfect for number one. Number
Mm,
two, I'm going to go into. It's always good to know what airports you're going to be flying into. So number
mm.
two, just make sure you know the difference from BKK to
Don Juan,
Don Juan, which is DMK,
DMK,
right?
yeah.
DMK. There's two in Bangkok.
Mm,
Unlike London or England or
mm.
Australia or Sydney, right? We have one. Just make sure you know the airport you're flying into. The third thing we're going to be covering is when you go into Thailand. Thailand is a hot
Hot weather,
country.
yeah. Humid.
Yesterday we were out. We were shooting two or three different projects,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I went through at least three or four T-shirts, shorts, and then
Correct.
I always travel with these cool like wipes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always sort of like freshening up per se.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the other thing I'd like to talk about, Mark, is like three. It's always hot. It's humid.
Correct.
The sun's out. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have it with me, but I always travel with a white hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are starting to recognize me around Thailand and the Philippines because of my white hoodie. I almost look like a DJ, right? Or I'm mixing some music, which is
Mm-hmm.
really cool. Be prepared. It's a hot, humid country, and even like at night, it gets pretty warm.
All right. So for number four, I would rather suggest so remove your slippers, shoes whenever you get into temples to homes because they consider our feet, as the most dirtiest part of our body. So make sure that you are going to follow strictly the custom of not wearing your shoes or slippers or sneakers. For number five, probably you should consider that when you are in Thailand, make sure that you're not talking or speaking about political issues in public. So make sure that you have to be aware that uh, politics is not a big thing in Thailand. So make sure that you're not going to involve yourself with other people talking about politics, including the royal family.
Hmm.
Never discuss that because it's a foul if you're going to speak, especially if you're against the royal family, it's a big no-no.
Mm.
And that's number five.
I love how Mark's sort of getting into sort of the little deeper issues of Thailand than I am. So this is going to be an amazing video for all of our viewers and subscribers. So I have some of the traveling ones, and Mark has more of the culture and the country of like Thailand, the do's and don'ts. My next one is really cool. Thailand is huge. Now, just like the Philippines, I tore apart the Philippines a few years ago, right? I went through all the islands. I was doing all this island hopping, a lot of ferries. Right? You have to make sure you have the pesos to go on the ferries because they're always asking for cash. So mine here for number 6 is Thailand is huge. It goes to Phuket. It goes around the bay down to Pattaya, south of Pattaya. Then it goes all the way to Bangkok. We go up to Chiang Mai. I think is 14 hours.
Yeah.
So
If you did get train.
it is long. I mean, it's big. It's huge. So that was my number 6, Mark. Thailand is huge. I just met a friend. We were doing a little dinner, and I asked, where are you from? And he said, oh, it was volleyball. And he said his parents or something were from, it was like 3 hours north of Bangkok. So it would probably be between Bangkok and Chiang Mai.
Correct.
And it was really cool. So it was probably like down home. There's probably not a lot of big buildings or like tourists and stuff. So my tip on, coming to Thailand before like, before I knew, is Thailand is huge, just monstrous.
All right.
Okay, number 7. I love the SkyTrain, the BTS, and the MRT. So really cool if you want to travel fast, if you want to travel quick. The BTS and the SkyTrain is your mecca of like travel. Now, first year I came in, I was doing a lot of tuk-tuk. I was sitting in traffic. I even did in Pattaya. You can jump on the trucks, the pickup trucks, and they have the benches on the side of the pickup truck. And I think it's like 20 baht or 50 baht. You go around the town and things, but you're still stuck in traffic. So I really love the SkyTrain, the BTS. Mark has taught me a lot about Bangkok. It really is 4 exits. So you go on the BTS, you get this card, and you could just play around. You get off one exit, you come back on another, right? You go on another exit, and then you go down 3 more, right? And you're just sort of getting used to, the BTS and the SkyTrain. So mine is, if you want to travel fast, you want to travel quick, you can do it on a bike, right? On the motorbike, Grab or Bolt. But I love the SkyTrain and the BTS. It's more friendly, it's more people, and it really ties you into the culture and the city and the community of Bangkok, Thailand, so much more.
Okay. Now we jump into number 8. So for me, number 8 things that you have to consider when you travel to Thailand. You have to consider that since Thailand is a tropical country, you will experience a lot of things like probably mosquito bites. You can probably have dog bites and even stomach bugs. Yeah. So my experience in Thailand is that I always make sure that I have mosquito repellent in my bag so that if in case that I'm going to stay outdoor, I keep myself protected from mosquito bites because the number one thing that kills people here in Thailand is because of how do you call this?
Infections?
Not infections, but from mosquito bites. They turn
like malaria and stuff?
Yeah, malaria and dengue.
What a great tip, Mark, to stay safe and maybe use some sprays at 7-Eleven. I'm going to jump into number 9. The cool thing is I did not know before traveling to Thailand is Bill Gates. Now, when you have these billionaires in the world, they always fund different areas. So Bill Gates and Melinda Gates years ago knew that Thailand was one of the poorest healthcare systems in the world. Teeth, dental, hospital, cancer, leukemia, stuff like that. So in 2018, Bill and Melinda Gates founded the healthcare system for Thailand, and they poured in millions of millions. Now, which is so awesome, it's ranked 76th in the world.
Yeah.
10. Number 10, we're jumping on to number 10, everyone. Buddhism is the official religion.
Yeah.
So when you come in, please be respectful of religions, people's beliefs, their daily activities and stuff. Anytime I'm traveling, Mark, Colombia, Mexico, we always have to understand what is the official religion and what are some of the laws of that.
Correct. And also their customs and traditions. Be aware of their customs here in terms of relating to religion. Okay, and now number 11. So for number 11, you have to dress modestly, meaning to say you should not wear skimpy clothes or revealing clothes, especially for women. Now, when you get into different temples, you observe that this is not acceptable. So make sure that you wear appropriate dress when you get into temples. Like if they saw some tourists that are not wearing the modest dress, they are acquired. They are required to buy sarong to cover themselves before getting into these temples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Thailand food is better in Thailand? Now I'm going to tell you, in the States, we buy a lot of food in Walmart or Giant Eagle, and we have Thai food, Thai noodles, the glass noodles, sticky rice, right? I had a whole bag of sticky rice before I was leaving, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, the flavorful, even yesterday, Mark, they lime peppered sea bass. It was out of this world. So Thailand food is better in Thailand. So try not to think, or your wife or your husband, when you're talking and say, oh, I'd like to go to Thailand. You're saying, well, we've cooked so much Thai food in Chicago and Los Angeles and Miami. Let's pick somewhere else, like the Caribbean, right? So that was my next one. Thai food is better. Travel here for the food.
All right. So we jump into number 12. So when you travel to Thailand, bring your etiquette with you. So meaning to say that you have to be respectful. So one way in Thailand that is accepted in Thailand is that you have to do the why, something like greeting. You say Sawadi Ka if you're a guy, and then if you are a lady, you can say Sawadi Ka. So being respectful is a big yes in Thailand.
Number 13 is a really cool one. Living costs are glorious. Now, for those of you that are subscribers that really like our playlist that's called 100 Baht Challenge, yesterday we were out in the streets of 100 Baht Challenge. I was given 100 baht, right? I can't borrow money. I can't use a credit card. You can only use 100 baht. I'm going to tell you, everyone, for 100 baht, I got rice. I got a thing of rice. I got chicken. So it was a thigh and a leg. I got the pork, which is the pork on the skewer.
Yeah.
Then I got chicken wings.
3 pieces.
Yeah. And then it was like a chicken, tenders or chicken nuggets on the skewer, all for 100 baht. Now, if you convert 100 baht in US dollars, it comes at $2.94,
Correct.
$3.
Yes.
So that's what I put in here. Living costs of food and how much the Thai baht can go. Now, a lot of people think Bangkok, right? They think pattaya, they think drinking bars, they say nightlife, they say soy cowboy. So for number 14, I put the drinking culture is generously low key. Now, the reason I say that is we were at Benchachini Park and Mark was playing volleyball like on the concrete outside, right? And I was just going around, I was walking and stuff. There were so many people pumping iron on these ellipticals. They were playing like soccer, they were playing volleyball. It was just so active. But then that same night, we were walking down the same street. It was like Nana, Soy Cowboy cuts through, and it really wasn't that busy. So maybe a few years ago, but drinking is low-key here in Thailand.
All right. Now we go to number 15. So make sure that when you visit Thailand, expect the unexpected because you might be or you may be approached by sex workers, especially if you are in a red light district. So Thailand sex industry may find you whether you want it or not to get involved with those sex workers. So be aware that when they approach you, make sure if you say yes, you go with them. If not, be firm with your decision.
Right.
Okay?
You just said it, Mark. Be firm. I know a lot of the common shout outs, call outs people will say, like when you're walking by people, is the girls or the ladyboys will say, "Where are you
Mm.
going?" So that's a very popular one. Where are you
Where are you
going?
going?
They'll try to grab your hand,
Mm.
right, and say, like, hello, hello, handsome. So
Mm.
some of the common ones, the
Correct.
traps of, right, yeah, trying to
Mhm.
do that. I'm going to go into number 16
Number 16.
that we
Yeah.
didn't talk about. The last two lives, maybe Mark,
Mhm.
maybe the next few ones will plot it out a little differently. The
Correct.
beaches are glorious. Now, traveling through all the different South American beaches, I
Mhm.
was in Brazil, I was in Aruba, St. Martin, all the
Mhm.
Caribbean, Costa Rica, Colombia. I
Mhm.
think some of my favorite on the
Mhm.
West Coast are like Baja and like Mexico. But I'm going to
Mhm.
tell you, my favorite beaches are some of these islands that are like PP Island. They
Mhm.
got the James Bond Island. They got the island sticking out of the water. The water is crystal clear. Mark and I were in
Mhm.
Casamui last year. And we were in this bay that you could just keep walking out, and I think the water was up
Mhm.
to our knees or our thighs,
Guys, yeah.
and it was crystal clear. It was beautiful. We even had some like water, and I think Mark did a little like
Mhm.
drink. Maybe it was like a melon drink or something.
Mhm.
Just so nice. So that was my number 16. The beaches, the sand, the weather, the
Mhm.
crystal clear water is glorious. So
Mhm.
travel to Thailand if you love just to hit the beaches.
So number 17 that you should consider when you travel to Thailand, don't or never put your feet at people. So it's considered very rude if you're going to point your feet towards someone or placing them, especially on furniture like the sofa set. It's not it's not how do you call it? It's not considered as a good way.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. So this is a sign of this.
And this is number 18, things I wish I would have known about Thailand before visiting
Mm.
Thailand. So thank you so much for your support, subscriber. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this, right? We wouldn't be
Yeah.
taking your suggestions and saying, oh, we were never over there to, try out this
Mm.
tour or go on top of a skyline or,
Yeah.
right, try the floating river or things. So my number 18 is status is a huge deal. Now, in the
Mm.
United States and in Europe, it's a little different. But here,
Mm.
the status is a huge deal. Meaning, if you're at a certain status of income,
Mm.
um, the like way of living is like changes in
Mm.
so much, and it's a culture that Thailand that the person with the like lower
Mm.
status should always like let the person that makes more money or higher up
Mm.
go first. And I noticed this in elevators. I
Mm.
noticed this just in walking through M. Courtier or
Correct.
like Nana and stuff, where you're walking by somebody and you smile, but like there's sort of the sidewalk sort of is
Mm.
skinny, and they'll sort of like go to the side or they'll wait for you to go through.
Mm.
So status is a huge deal, and I noticed that too with some of the nicer, classier, we call them luxury hotels,
Mm.
that the people are like. I guess would be treated just a little differently just because
Mm.
of their status.
Yeah.
So you'll always find that like at dinners, eateries, and things like that.
Mm.
I'd even notice some of the waitresses will help some of the people that are classy and they're looking. They have suits and dress that are really dressed really nice. They'll help them besides other tables and everything for status. So it's a little bit of a status symbol for Thailand.
All right. Now we jump into number 19. So number 19 that you should consider is that the use of drugs is definitely no in Thailand. So make sure that when you are using drugs, make sure that you should not be uh, what do you call this? You should not be caught by the police because Thailand has strict laws regarding drug use, including possession and trafficking. So you might be caught by the police, and they will sue you into court, or probably you will get imprisoned or probably deported
Hmm.
if you have those drug paraphernalias, or probably you have the possession of drugs. So before you travel to Thailand, keep that in mind.
This is number 20. Patreon is everywhere. So they actually play the national anthem twice a day. But Patreon is everywhere. Mark probably knows this better than I do, but I just noticed that there's a lot of national anthems. They do a lot of things when you're at the bar or restaurant. They'll play things on the TV. So it's a little like a widespread of patriotism as far as Thailand. So it's really cool to sort of see different countries and how proud they are of their heritage and the people. So I think what I would do, if as far as covering number 20 here, is try not to bring or pack clothing that has maybe your flag on it, the Canadian flag or a Mexican flag. So I say almost like earlier when we were noting out culture, right? Respect the culture. So try not to wear anything that has like patriots, a hat that has like, who knows, like Mexico or England, on it, just so you can sort of make sure that you are respectful for the patriotism of Thailand.
Correct. And number 21. All right, the final. So make sure that you never touch the head of any Thai person, whether a male or a female, because head is considered as a sacred part of the body in Thailand.
Mm.
So unless you are related to that person, and then probably is a young boy or a young girl, or probably related to you, you can touch the head back. If you're a traveler trying to visit Thailand and then you're not related to that person, never touch their head.
And for all of you that were tuning in today, we always have bonuses for you. Sticking around, we get a bonus for our live. And today we had 21 things I wish I knew about Thailand that before coming or before visiting. 21. 22, our bonus for sticking around. So if you haven't, book a call with Mark or myself. We do some great one-on-one coaching and consulting for trips and tours all around Southeast Asia. If you haven't already, get our workbook, our workshop down below. We had a really cool workshop with these secrets and everything, which is really cool. It'll save you a lot of money, save you a lot of time, but also save you a lot of headaches.
Correct.
So our bonus one for the last one, for all of our special subscribers and our paid members, is the land of smiles is more than complicated here in Thailand. What I mean by that is Thailand is the land of smiles. And when I was researching this, not only do you get a lot of smiles and hellos and friendliness in Thailand, I think it's so much more nicer and so much more like appreciative than South America. That's just me for my residents. But I was researching that they have 17 different smiles in Thailand. And I guess my goal or my challenge is maybe for the next like maybe month, I'm going to be out and seeing like how I could research these 17 different smiles. What each smile means. Maybe one could be like friendship. One could be about like intimacy. If you're like dating, right? You're trying to like date somebody and stuff. One could be like maybe you're like smiling across the table because you're enjoying the food at a restaurant, right? So that could be so I'm interested to see the 17 different smiles of Thailand. Sharing that with the other Thailand people, the natives, the people that were born here in Thailand, and enjoy that experience for that. Today was a little bit of a 21 tips, right?
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties with
Mhm.
our camera, brand new camera, wasn't syncing up. I was here for like an hour trying to get this thing to work, and then the audio still wasn't getting clear. We had to switch audio on the mics, which is everything. So thank you so much, Mark. Any last things for what we cover and how important it is for them to watch the whole video and to learn from our mistakes and
Mm.
how they can apply it?
So probably you have to bear in mind that planning your trip to Bangkok, you should have what do you call this, a background before traveling, so that it's gonna be fun, exciting, and it's gonna be fulfilling trip
And
here
like
in
Mark said,
Bangkok.
like background, you always want to plan your trip. We call
Mm,
it bulking, or
mm,
like they call it, I think, bulk. So try not to do
mm,
a trip where you're doing a river cruise, but then the next day, right? We always say
mm,
get a hotel, but then
mm,
like do your like your planning right around
mm.
that hotel. Then go
Yeah,
to another hotel, and then bulk your tours and
tourist.
your excursions right around that.
Correct. Yeah.
So awesome! Thank you so much, Mark. Mark, we're gonna
Thank you
end
so
with a
much.
little kampung kai.
Kapag
Kai, thank you. Here, we will see everyone on our next video. Take care. We'll see you in the streets of Thailand.